Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on jagged arrays in C#. Now, jagged arrays are arrays of arrays, where each array can have a different size. Now, they are also called arrays of arrays or ragged arrays. A jagged array is useful when you want to store collections of data that have different length. So let's see how we can get started with a jagged array in C# right here. Let's say we have an array of arrays of type integer. Now, usually you would create an array just like that. You would add one pair of brackets. Now, int, brackets, and we have an array. Now, for jagged arrays, we can say that we have two pairs of brackets. Now, this is our jagged array. Now, let's create a new int array. Let's specify it with the size 3. So we have 3 int arrays, and each of them can have a different length. So we'll get to that. So far, we only said that we have an integer array that includes integer arrays. Or to be more specific, we have one jagged array that contains 3 integer arrays. Now, let's take our first array. Let's say 0 equals to new integer array. There we go. And let's initialize some data here. Let's say 1, 2, and 3. So this is our first array inside of our jagged array. Now, let's duplicate that. Let's take the second one and let's initialize it with an entirely different length. So instead of 3 elements, we just have 2. That's no problem at all, right? Now next up, we can say we have jagged array 2. So this is our third element. And again, we have another amount of elements inside here. So now we have 4 elements, right? So in total, we have 3 int arrays. That's basically what we're defining right here. And each of those arrays can have a different amount of actual elements. Now let's talk about when a jagged array is useful and how you can iterate over it. But before we get to that, let me show you our C# Progress Academy, which is a self-paced online course that teaches you advanced and in-depth C#, including ASP.NET Core, unit testing, and even C# software design patterns. We offer a 14-day money-back guarantee, and I'm absolutely sure that this is the fastest way on how you can progress as a C# developer to massively boost your skills and finally land a C# developer job. Now, if you're interested, go ahead, check the link in the description below or popping up right now at the top right corner. And make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you no longer miss any upcoming C# and .NET related videos that help you become a better software developer. Now, the main use case of jagged arrays is definitely when you have collections with different sizes. So here we would have, like, for example, products of category A, here would have products of category B, and all of them have a different length. But this is just one example of when jagged arrays can get used in real-world scenarios. Now, if we want to traverse or iterate over a jagged array to get all the elements in all of the nested arrays, we can simply write a for loop for the first one. So let's say for, hit tab to autocomplete that, for int I equals 0, I smaller than jagged array dot length. We simply have our auto loop right now, and now we want to loop through each of the sub arrays. So this is why we create another for loop. So write again for, hit tab. You can see that we now have 2 i's. We need to adjust that. Let's say it's j by convention. So that instead of I in our nested loop, we now have j, right? So outer loop right here is I, inner loop is j. And that one's iterating over the jagged array, the current iteration of I, which is a subarray, over that length. There we go. So the outer loop iterates through each subarray, while the inner loop right here iterates through each element in that subarray. Great. So now let's just write a console line, write down CW, hit tab to autocomplete, and let's simply write down jagged array, take I, and now add another pair of brackets and write down j. So we go into the I iteration of the current array and then take the j element of that current I array, right? Now let's start our application and let's take a look at the output. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we shut down the application, you can see that this is exactly what we should see. It's 1, 2, 3 in the first array, 4, 5 in the second array, and 6, 7, 8, 9 in the third array. So we can definitely see that we are iterating in the correct way to get all the elements by going through each subarray inside of our jagged array. Awesome, and that's it for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you no longer miss any videos, and definitely check out our C# Progress Academy. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back in the next video. Have a good one.